Hey, we back with a new video. But before I go ahead and talk about this lift, I want to say that every day, regardless of how I feel, I show up to this gym giving it 100%. Matter of fact, giving 110% because obviously there's going to be days where you're not motivated to do something, but regardless of how you feel, you got to look long term and see that, if I don't show up, then do I really want this bad enough? So obviously there's going to be sessions where you feel like that, right? But regardless of how you feel or regardless of how I feel, I'm going to always show up because I want success and I'm working towards this goal. So I really want to get this off my chest right now because it just popped up in my mind because I was talking to somebody in the gym about this, right? So, it really just comes down to how bad you want it in life. How bad do you really want your goal and success, to be honest? Yes, there will be sessions or days where I'm not perfect or, I'm not able to push a lot of weight than I usually do. But that doesn't matter because the next day I'm going to show up and I'm going to be fixing all my flaws and mistakes that I make. That's a really big one because as you go along the way, in your journey, you should try and perfect your craft. Obviously, you're not going to be perfect because, nobody's perfect in this world. But, mistakes, you could always fix mistakes. Look back on your mistakes, right? Even when it comes to form in the gym, record your set. You could look back on the mistakes that you make. So, yeah. Now, let me go ahead and talk about this lift. So this lift was actually a pretty good lift. Besides the fact that I stated that I had got injured like on my right side of my lat, right? So obviously I wasn't able to do squats today. So we had to hop on the leg press. It's low-key been a while since I leg pressed. So I was surprising, not really surprised, but I was able to put 577 pounds on the leg press and get that for 3 reps, which is in my rep range. So yeah, and then I did 536, I believe, for like 4 or 5 reps. But so I'm not gonna lie, I'm on a bulk, obviously. People know that I'm tracking all my calories. If y'all want to know how many calories I'm eating daily, I'll probably say around that maybe 2,800 range to maybe 3,000, I want to say 500. So somewhere around there. Obviously, that's a lot of calories, but to me, really, I'm waking up at 5:30 a.m. getting these meals in. It really just depends on what I eat that day because there's a lot of food that are calorie dense. So, with those calorie dense foods, I really got to try not to go too crazy on that. So, yeah. So as y'all saw by, I believe, the last clip, I was doing the abductor machine. And so, yeah, I'm normally able to put 335 on there on that machine because the full stack plus some weight on there, 335. I wasn't able to do that today because my low-key, I need to address this. I'm going to have mobility days and I low-key got to stretch more because my abductors and my thighs were tight, so I couldn't really open my thighs up all the way. And yeah, you get the point. So we gonna be stretching more, which is obviously necessary for everybody to do, to be honest. So I highly recommend everybody stretching. But that's really about it. All I gotta say. This was a progressive overloading session. We moved heavier weight, as it usually goes. Don't be the best days. So this was a solid session. You know, I can't even be mad or nothing, except the fact that I wasn't able to squat. But yeah, so obviously every day I'm going to just keep working towards this goal, no matter what, no matter how I feel, because, you know, I want success. It really just comes down to how bad you want it, like I said. So we got more bricks to stack and stack and stack and stack every day, stacking, literally. So, you know, we going to be back with another video probably tomorrow. So I'm going to see y'all. Y'all enjoy this pump in a minute. Peace out.